Hey guys, welcome back to 9mm Ridge. Today we have the battle of the two brand new micro compacts, starting off with the FN Reflex versus the Canik Mete MC9. So between these two guns, we're going to find out which one is the best. So stick around, guys. We have some fun shooting to do. 2023 micro compacts. We have the Canik Mete MC9 here on the left, and on the right we have the all-new FN Reflex. Both are very awesome little shooters, but very different in price. So the Canik Mete comes in around $400, right about there, and literally comes with everything included: holster, all your cleaning accessories, etc. And then the FN Reflex basically just comes with an extra magazine, but very good quality firearm. This one starts at around $500 without being red dot ready. If you want the red dot ready, then you're going to be right around $650. But guys, let's shoot both of these two guns here and see which one's the best for 2023. All right, guys, first up we have the Canik Mete MC9. This is a fun little gun. We're going to run the 15+1 magazine in it. It's a striker fired, fully ambidextrous handgun, so everything can be utilized from both sides, and then the mag release can be switched to the right side if you're a lefty. So let's give this one a try and see how it does. 15 rounds. This is a good shooter. The trigger's really awesome on this. It's just nice and crisp. Very, very crisp. Woo! All right, that shoots really good. Let's try out the FN Reflex and see how well that does. All right, we have the FN Reflex. This is the non-red dot ready. That was all I was able to get early in advance. Had to order it from guns.com, and it cost me way too much money. But that's okay. It's for entertainment purposes only, and that's fine by me. But this is the also 15+1 magazine. We're going to run this one first, and this one is an internal hammer fire. So rocking the slide actually feels very easy on this, far easier than the Canik or SIG 365 or Glock 43X. Feels really good, and the trigger is phenomenal having that internal hammer fire. So let's see how this one does here. So you have your take up, which is like nothing, and then your break, boom, right there. I don't have a trigger gauge with me, but it feels right about 4 pounds maybe, roughly. But man, that's a really good trigger. All right, let's try the Canik Mete MC9. We'll put the 12+1 magazine in it. All right, we have the 12+1 magazine. So both of these guns come with two magazines. The Canik comes with a 12+1 magazine and a 15+1 magazine. The Reflex comes with 11+1 magazine and a 15+1 magazine. So the smaller magazine will hold just one more in the Canik, which is kind of interesting. And if you put them side by side, so if you're putting them side by side, it's just a little bit shorter on the Reflex. So you still get a full fingered 3 grip on the Reflex, but at the same point, it's a little bit smaller, which is nice. So a little bit nicer for concealment. And then as far as bulk goes, the Canik is a little bit bulkier, so it's not as slim. As far as the grip goes, you can see like the grip difference. If you put it from the back, there's a little bit of extra meat on the Canik, which is not a bad thing. For some people that might be better. For me, for concealed carry, I do like to have that little bit slimmer grip, but overall it's not a huge difference. They're both going to conceal quite well. Let's try this Canik out with a 12+1 magazine. See if we can get it to hiccup at all. See if it'll runs good. All right, now let's check out the Reflex. This has the 11+1 magazine, and see how well this one does. I love how easy that is to rack. It's just a little bit easier, especially when you have a magazine in the chamber already, or a magazine in the gun already, and then you pull it back. It's just so much easier to rack. Let's see if we can make this one kind of malfunction by just lightning. Yeah, so both are really good. They're they're not going to malfunction on you if you're kind of limp wristing it by accident. They both seem pretty darn good. I have about 500 rounds through the Reflex, and I have probably about 6 or 7 through the Canik, both of which have had no issues so far. All right, let's load them both up again, and we'll do some more shooting. Okay, I got both these loaded back up, and we'll just do a little sight comparison here. So the Canik on the left has blacked out rear with serrations for sunlight, just so it won't blind you or have reflection. And then the Reflex on the right side has 2 white dot, and then the front is just a white dot on the Canik Mete. I believe you can switch that out for about $50 if you want like a tritium night sight or something like that to throw on there. And then the Reflex on the right side has orange around a tritium insert. So the orange is really nice for picking up targets. But let's shoot the Canik first. We'll do a little slower shooting, see how well we can hit these targets here. We'll start off with the big one. And just to feel that trigger, you can see there's a little more take up. Actually not bad, it's pretty comparable. And then your brake, your reset is not that bad at all. You got your reset, and boom. So let's compare that to the FN Reflex. So take up, not very, well actually has a little bit more take up now that comparing these, and then your brake is really good. And reset, a little bit further out. So not as good of a trigger overall. I think the Canik trigger is still by far the best trigger on any micro compact on the market by far. But I don't know. We'll see how they shoot. So let's do a little bit more accuracy here. I'll shoot a few different targets. Yeah, it shoots really good. Let's do the last couple rounds here. Oops, so we have a failure right there. So that looks like a failure to feed. So you can see that round did not come up there. So let's clear that out. See what's going on there. So it just didn't feed. That didn't go up the ramp very easy. Let's try it. Let's put it back in there. For sure, looks good. And there it goes that time. So that's actually my first failure with it. Failure to feed. That's kind of strange. All right, let's try the Reflex here. Let's do one-handed, see how it does. All right, so both really good shooters. That has been on some other videos I've seen on YouTube as well, some failure to feeds and failures to fire out of the Canik Mete MC9, but that's the only one I have, and just under 700 rounds, so that's really not a big issue. It could have just been caught. You can kind of see where it got stuck on that feed ramp right there. Let's grab the 12 and the 11 round mags, and we'll shoot those next. All right, so now we have both of them loaded back up with the 11+1 mag and the 12+1 mag, just so you can kind of see the comparison there and see how much slimmer the FN Reflex is. So this does have 3 slots on that rail on the bottom for a different optics mount. The Reflex has 1, but not an issue really. It's gonna fit whatever light you want to put on there that's subcompact. And then trigger guards, you can see on the front, this has kind of serrations, which is nice. If you have bigger fingers, you want to hold that with your finger, you can. The FN Reflex does not. So not a huge issue, but some people do like to hold that part with their finger. This is not ambidextrous though. So you can see there's no slide release on the right-hand side. So it's only on the left-hand side. So since you've been here this long with me, we're going to shoot both of them together and see how well we can do here. One more in the Canik. Woo! All right. So, yeah, both are really good shooters. A lot of fun. You just can't go wrong with that price range of $400 on this Canik Mete, though. That's a heck of a deal, especially since it includes literally everything you need: holster, all your different mounting plates for optics, and then But if you don't care about the optics and you just want a good overall quality gun, I mean, FN has made really good guns, and this trigger is so much better than any other triggers I've ever shot on FN. It is excellent, excellent trigger. Guys, thanks for sticking with me and watching this whole video. If you're new to 9mm Ridge, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and notification bell. I love you guys. Stay safe. Keep on shooting. Have a great day. Love the reflex. I think it's my favorite.